G'day everyone, how are you going? You got a talking head tonight, isn't that great? I was just catching up on the news. Every morning and every night I read the ABC News online. Sorry, I've still got a bit of a cold. This particular piece of news was done by Jacob Kagi, K-A-J-I. G-I, I should say. And the photos were done by Natasha Johnson. Okay, I'm going to give you the link to this in the comments below. I'll pin it right to the top because I'd like you all to go and have a look at this because this is quite shocking and it's quite disgusting and it's purely done. I don't know how the politicians can actually sleep with the amount of dollars it costs us in Western Australia to have power. Now I'm off grid, all right, and that noise you can hear in the background's my air conditioner keeping my house at a comfortable 27 degrees because the big thing is base load. You've got to cover your base load. Well, you know, it's not hard to do. And after reading this, I would suggest if you've already got solar on your house in Western Australia, 6.5 kilowatts, then you're just a very short step away from going off grid because apparently this is all blamed for the number of houses that went to solar and are now feeding their power to the grid. Okay, so that's an easy fix. Just go off the grid. Anyway, let me read this article. The header: power disconnections double in 3 years as Western Australians struggle to pay electricity bills. The header should be 1 in every 60 customers in Western Australia is being disconnected. That should be what it reads because that's what it is, 1 in 60. Okay, let's go down here. More than 60 Western Australian homes and businesses are having their electricity cut off on average each day for failing to pay their bills. Maybe you shouldn't, you know, charge so much for electricity in Western Australia. A little bit of a hint there, people. Because any money you get is better than no money at all. Okay, electricity retail Synergy and Horizon cut off more than 22,000 customers in 12 months to the end of June, meaning disconnections for unpaid bills have more than doubled in just 3 years. The figures mean Synergy, who I call Syn Energy. Let's have a talk about them for a minute. Now, when the West Australian government was going to sell Western Power, they split the company into two, and they took all the money out of Western Power and formed a company called Synergy. And basically, it's their job to collect the revenue from the power. So I call them Syn Energy. And Western Power, it's their job now just to maintain the power lines. With what I don't know, because I don't know where they're actually getting their revenue from now. I've renamed them to Wasted Power and Syn Energy to Syn Energy. Now, simply to cut costs, how about we join them two companies back into one company, and then we're not doubling up on staff, we're not doubling up on rental businesses to put Syn Energy in. Yeah, sure, you know, all those people that you hired will lose their jobs, but just by bringing those two companies back into one company, you will save hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in insurance costs and rental costs and wages. Anyway, I'm ranting. Let's get back to this. The figures mean Synergy, here to referred to as Syn Energy, by my part. Sin Energy disconnected around 1 in every 60 of its customers for unpaid bills in just 12 months. The record number of disconnections has prompted concerns that low-income earners have not coped with the increases to the power prices. Let's talk about those power prices. How about Sin Energy post a list of what businesses and households are paying for the power per unit? It will shock the rest of the world. It will really shock you. Okay. The record number of disconnections has prompted concerns from low-income earners have not coped with the increase in prices, with the WA Council of Social Services leading calls for more to be done to help people who cannot pay their bills. Yeah, it's a shocker. It's a real shocker because it's really hard to get a full-time job in Australia now because businesses don't hire full-time. They hire part-time and casual now because it's actually cheaper for them to do so. Let's just scroll down. People are having to make choice between heating and eating. Okay, Acting Chief Executive Jenny Gray said, community services organisations tell us that they are seeing people every day who cannot afford their electricity bills. Yeah, it's a shocker, people. This is a shocker. And then it's got a graph, okay, that shows you since, when was this, 2014 to today, the steep curve in people not paying their bills. That's also followed, what they should have there is another curve showing the rise in the power cost, okay? They should have another curve next to that one. And you'll find they pretty well match up, probably. Okay. The McGowan government faced heavy criticism for increasing power prices by 11% and 7% in the first 2 years before imposing a more than 1.75% hike in 2019-2020. Like I say, up, up, up and up. Now, the West Australian government has a you know, this is just my opinion, has a big problem with money. All the money we got from the mining boom was blowing on just trash projects in my book, and we went a long way in debt. And now they're trying to balance the books, but they're still trying to use Sin Energy, who was Western Power, as the cash cow, okay? And it's not working. And of course, you know, now they've got, now they're just, you know, the people that are low income earners, and we're not talking down about these people. A lot of them are really nice people and they've just got low income jobs. You know, I know people that are only employed 3 times a week, 3 days a week. They can't get any full-time work. It's just all part-time. So something has to be done. Okay, there were 18% of increases in 2 years. That's an increase of 18% in 2 years at the time where people's salaries, at best, were going up by 1%. All right, 18% increase in power. People's salaries only went up by 1%. Now, that's not adding to the cost of the increases in food, the increase in water, the increase in rates, the increase in taxes. So you know, all these government departments have put all their increases up, but the wages haven't gone up with them. It's just, every Western Australia should be bloody well concerned about this. I tell you, it's just not on. It's just not on. Anyway, have a look at the link to read the rest of it. I mean, I'm off grid, but I still get shocked, and I saw this coming. All right, years ago, the missus and I saw this coming, and we went off grid then. It didn't cost us much to do it. It was You know, a very wise choice. And as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that air conditioner in the background heating my house. We're trying to keep the house a nice, comfortable 27 degrees. It's 18 degrees outside. There we go. It's 26.9. There's the time and humidity. And that's where we like it. So that's just set on auto, and it heats and cools when it wants to. And you can easily go off grid and still maintain your base load. Okay, and this is there's so many lies and misinformation about actually going off grid. And I've had some companies say, "Oh, it's illegal. You can't go off grid," and which is a load of crap. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm a nobody. I'm just one old man. So, yeah, please go read the link. You'll be shocked. All right, keep safe, everyone. Bye for now.